very warm welcome. In today's video, I want to talk about Brazilian drivers, and we need one on the grid. It's been a while. Yeah, in my opinion, there should be a Brazilian driver on the grid. Next year, there's going to be 4 Brits, 5 if you include Albon. Luckily, we got an Italian back on the grid in Kimi Antonelli, but we need a Brazil driver. Honestly, I have to say how I see it. I think Senna would be turning in his grave that there's no Brazilian driver on a grid. Like Brazil, it's such a historic venue, so much passion for Formula 1 in Brazil. Brazil should have a driver. Now, there is a couple. Drogovic won the F2 championship a couple of years ago. Or was it, I don't know, last year or a couple of years back. He never got a chance. You've got Gabriel Bortoleto and Fittipaldi, but we need a Brazilian driver on the grid, in my opinion. Like I say, we've got 4 Brits. There's got to be room for a Brazilian. Now, we're going to go through Brazilian drivers in Formula 1. So we start with B, Rubens Barrichello. Now, everyone knows Rubens Barrichello. Probably best known for being Michael Schumacher's number 2 at Ferrari. Won a couple of races. Very happy-go-lucky guy. Enrique Bernaldi. Yeah. Gino Blanco. Can't say I've heard of him. Raul Boesel. Can't say I've heard of him either. Luis Bueno. Luciano Berti. I remember him. So now we get on to D, Lucas Di Grassi. Yeah, he's had a lot of success in Formula E. Pedro Diniz, I've got a model of him in my collection. Wilson Fittipaldi Jr., Christian Fittipaldi, Emerson Fittipaldi, obviously a world champion, and Pietro Fittipaldi. He stood in one time in the Haas. Then we go on to G, Maurizio Gugelmin, never heard of him. Ingo Hoffman, Chico Landi, Tarso Marquez. Then we get into Felipe Massa, probably another Brazilian known for being a number 2 driver to the likes of Alonso. Like a god round Turkey. Honestly, if we raced Turkey every year, Felipe Massa would have been a world champion. Got very close to the title in 2008, the famous Brazil, where he won his home race, and then the famous one, the best title decider ever, last corner, last lap. We still didn't know who was going to be champion. Is that Glock going slowly? It is. Oh my goodness me, Hamilton is back in position. Cristiano Di Matta, he used to race for Toyota. Roberto Moreno. Felipe Nasr. Now, every time I think of Felipe Nasr, I don't think about his career. I think about Max at the age of 17 going around the outside of him at Blanchimont. It's brave, it's bold, it's beautiful by Max. He totally mugged Felipe Nasr that day. Fritz D'Ore. Very fancy name. Can't say I've heard of him. Carlos Pache. Carlos Pace. Yeah. Famous one. Got a model of him as well. The Interlagos track is called that due to this guy. Nelson Piquet. Obviously famous, world champion. Nelson Piquet Jr. His famous moment was when he crashed at Singapore on purpose. Antonio Pizzonia. Yeah, he used to drive for Williams. Alex Ribeiro. Ricardo Rosset. Famously, Ricardo Rosset was absolutely terrible, and the mechanics got that pissed off with him, like wrecking the car. They literally put on his car, Rosset, it spells tosser backwards, and they put that on his car. That's funny. We got Bruno Senna, obviously, Chico Serrera, Hernando da Silva Ramos, Ricardo Zonta. Now, he's probably most famous for when Hakkinen pulled that great move, Spa. Ricardo Zonta was in the middle, Schumacher went to the left, Hakkinen went to the right. It was one of the best overtakes of all time. And then famously, I've left this one till last, Ayrton Senna, probably the best driver of all time, the best Brazilian driver, 3-time world champion. Obviously lost him way too soon, but unique talent. Honestly, I always say it, if you want to watch Senna peak, Monaco. Just type Monaco pole lapping. It's goosebumps, camera shaking, black and white almost. One hand going round the hairpin at Monaco, it is absolutely bliss. And he even got blocked on that lap. He could have gone faster. That's the scary thing. So yeah, in my honest opinion, speaking as an F1 fan, I want to see a Brazilian on the grid. A Brazil, massive nation, massive in F1 terms, and I think we should have a Brazilian on the grid. Like I say, we got Bortoleto, Fittipaldi, Drogovic. Drogovic should have been given an opportunity. He's won the F2 title, therefore he should be given a chance. But we see many opportunities not being given. Liam Lawson, Teo Porcher, Drogovic. These guys should be given an opportunity. If they're shit, get rid of them, but at least give them a chance. Otherwise, F2 becomes irrelevant. And yeah, that's not good. Comment down below your thoughts. Yeah, just gone down some Brazilians there. We need to see a Brazilian on the grid. Famously, I'm wearing the Brazil colours. The McLaren Senna top, special for Monaco. Yeah, purchased this. Absolute brilliant t-shirt. Nice and light on a hot summer's day. This is alright to wear. Apart from you get attacked by bees. Bzzz. Adios.